Hi guys, it's Jess and I have a very exciting video for you today because I am going to officially announce our summer vacation location. It's very exciting for a couple of reasons, but the most exciting thing is that this is Adam and I's 10-year wedding anniversary this year, and we wanted to do something really special together that we, haven't done before, and something different. Most of the time we just go to Hershey Park, which we do all the time. So we wanted to do something different and special for our 10-year anniversary, and we took some time to decide what to do. We went through many different scenarios and what would be the best thing for us. One of the considerations was that we are not planning on bringing Rachel on this vacation with us. Before you're like, oh, you terrible, selfish, lazy parents. You should know that Rachel is going to be basically on a little mini vacation of her own while we're on our 10-year anniversary vacation. We did take her to Wildwood last year, and we did take her to Disney World the year before that, so I think she's okay, and I'm sure we'll be doing a nice big vacation with her next year. So don't feel bad for her, and I'll explain a little bit more about where she's going in a minute. But also another thing is, this vacation for our 10-year anniversary I thought about it, and I realized this is actually the first time in 10 years that Adam and I have taken a substantial vacation, i.e. more than a night or so away, since our honeymoon. Our honeymoon, we went to Disney World on our honeymoon, and it was 10 years ago, and we stayed there for a week. And we've gone on vacations in the last 10 years, but they've always been with family. So Adam and I have really only gone on vacation ourselves, maybe for a night, maybe 2 nights, but that's a stretch. So yeah, this is going to be our first substantial vacation, just the two of us, since we've been married. All right, so I've given you a couple hints. I'm going to show you where we're going to be going now. It's somewhere on this map. So we're staying in the USA. A couple hints. I already said this is something we've never done before. Well, I shouldn't say that. This is somewhere we've never been before. It does feature actually 1 or 2 of our favorite pastimes. There's a couple elements to the trip, but one of them is a place I've wanted to go since I was a kid, like a little kid. So take a look at this, and I'll be back in a second. Gotten out some basic representations of Virginia. This was the best I could do without having a model roller coaster or anything else like that. So yes, we're going to explore Virginia a little bit. How exciting. This is awesome. Okay, So I'm just going to talk you through the tentative trip itinerary. Obviously, this trip is about a month away. Things could change, but we do have like hotels booked and stuff like that. And we're going to be buying park tickets. The thing you need to know is that the Rachel's part of this vacation is that she is going to be staying with Aunt Steffi for the week in Washington, D.C. And Aunt Steffi is so excited. Rachel is so excited. Aunt Steffi is going to do a ton of fun things with her in Washington, D.C. I'm sure Ramona and Mario, the cats, are excited as well. So Rachel is going to get a nice vacation, and it really works out really well because we knew Stephanie was willing and able to take Rachel for a week. One of the reasons we weren't sure what we were going to do is because we didn't know if we could have anybody who would actually watch Rachel for more than a night or two. So the fact that Stephanie is willing to do this is really awesome. But she's in Washington, D.C., which is, you know, a bit of ways away from us. So I'm like, well, where could we go that is, you know, kind of in the vicinity, but like not Washington, D.C., you know? And we had initially thought, well, maybe we'll go back to Disney, but that's pretty pricey and it's hot in July. And honestly, I want to take Rachel to Disney again. So I don't really love the idea. I mean, I see the appeal of like, you know, doing like honeymoon too, but that really wasn't a real option for us. So then I was like, well, there are plenty of other things in a couple hour radius of Washington, D.C. where we want to go and we've never been before. So we're going to be, you know, doing a road trip with Rachel down to Washington, D.C. We're going to drop her off and make sure she's settled and ready to go. And then we're going to continue on to the Richmond area where King's Dominion is. We're going to stay there a couple of nights. We're going to spend one day in King's Dominion. For anyone who doesn't know, it's a Cedar Fair park. My biggest draw there is Intimidator 305, which is basically like Sky Rush's dad. Sky Rush at Hershey Park. It's bigger, it's badder, and it's actually older than Sky Rush is. So I really would like to try that out. And there's so many other coasters and rides there that, you know, Hershey Park doesn't have. Hershey's our home park for anybody who doesn't know. We have season passes for there. So this is going to be, you know, different. So we're going to spend one day at King's Dominion. We're going to travel then on to Williamsburg, and we're going to spend a day in historical Williamsburg. This is the place I've always wanted to go since I was a child. And this was actually a place Adam and I considered for our honeymoon, but then we decided to go the Disney route. And yes, I'm really hoping to get a nice souvenir. Like, you know, I would rather get Rachel a souvenir from Williamsburg than from like the amusement parks. So like, I think it'd be more authentic. So I'd love to get her, like, this is one of my dolls I've had since childhood. It's not from Williamsburg or anything, but a doll like rag doll like that I think would be a really nice souvenir for her from there. So we are going to spend a day in Williamsburg. We have 3 nights in a hotel near Williamsburg. We're going to do a day at Williamsburg, and then we're going to have a rest day because I'm going to need it. Like, we're just going to go to the pool and just chill, have a nice dinner, and just like a chill, relaxed day because we'll be tired, I'm sure, from all the walking and driving at that point. And then we're going to do a day, of course, at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, which I've heard is one of the most beautiful amusement parks in the world. And it's kind of like reminiscent of Epcot in that it's like separated into different like countries and everything like that. So I'm really excited, and they have a lot of world-class coasters there too. At first we were like, well, should we just do one or the other with the King's Dominion and Busch Gardens? And I'm like, we're going there, and if we have the time, you know, because I wasn't sure how long, you know, Steph would be able to take Rachel for and all that. But I'm like, if we have the time, we should do it. We don't know when we're going to do a trip like this again. And if we do it, it won't be for a while, because another reason, you know, this isn't really a Rachel trip. Like, she wouldn't be interested in Williamsburg. Maybe she would be, but I'm sure she wouldn't want to spend the length of time I would like to spend there. I'm really into history. She doesn't ride very much yet. She's technically tall enough for some like low grade coasters, but she won't ride them yet, and I'm not pushing her. So I mean, until she can really ride rides or wants to ride big roller coasters, I'm not going to bring her on this kind of trip, especially because if we only have one day in each park, we need to make the most of our time. And when we take Rachel, we have to split up. Even with a kid swap, everything takes twice as long. And that's not fun for her to be kid swapping roller coasters all day either. It's just not. Adam and I never do the kid swap at Hershey Park. We just each wait in line because I'm not gonna drag her through a line for no reason. So yeah, I hope everyone is excited about our summer vacation reveal. I didn't want to say anything. It's been in the kind of planning stages for a little while, and I didn't want to say anything until it was official, but we have booked the hotels. We are planning on getting all our park tickets in the next couple of days. So I think it's pretty much official at this point. I'm very, very excited. So I would love any tips for these areas, first of all, in the comments. I've never, ever toured King's Dominion Williamsburg or Busch Gardens Williamsburg, ever. So I'd love some touring tips. That would be great. I've done some research already, as I always do, but I'd love any ideas anybody has. That would be great. And of course, I am planning on vlogging the entire experience. So definitely around beginning to mid-July, you can start looking for those videos, including probably packing videos and all that. It'll be kind of similar probably to Wildwood, like I did last year. You should look for those Wildwood videos too. There is a Wildwood playlist, which I'll link below. So yeah, I hope you are just as excited about this as Adam and I are, because we all are very, very excited about this. And yeah, you can look for lots of fun things coming up in July, but also before that, over the next few weeks as well. There'll be plenty of fun videos in the meantime. So I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.